little bit in the after hour. PSAC moving up a little bit on the Faraday SPAC there. Let's see. We've got potentially an update from Morningstar here on the short interest. Let's see this. Always remember, anytime you look at short interest data, it's very, very, very important that you find out what the latest update is.
Exact same thing happened to PSAC and Faraday Future. 17 days later, you got yourself an agreement. Now, this SPAC in this agreement has been obviously in the public side for a very long period of time, and not a lot of retail investors have the patience to hold and just enjoy what they have.
PSAS SPAC merger. Let's see if we got anything else. Faraday Future. Yeah, it's all 3 weeks old. So that one's probably, I wonder why that one's moving 10% today. So because I'm not seeing the news, any particular news on this. Maybe somebody disclosed that they have a holding in it or something like that. Hey, I got it. You know, why are so many companies trying, like Lucid or Faraday? Why are they going into these luxury markets? Why not compete with Tesla on these 25K markets, 35K markets now? And can you speak to that a little bit?
Mainly, their focus is on the big luxury cars because a luxury car you can make more money on. But what happens when you run out of luxury people? I mean, if I was going to be buying something, okay, so I don't know a heck of a lot about Lucid because I've never seen their products and whatnot, but I was invited to have a look at Faraday. And I did go through their vehicle. And I was if I was less immature, I'd be going to be a very appealing kind of thing. And that's the same thing as what Lucid is. But Faraday I've seen, and I like a lot of, like they have something we've recommended for a while. They have basically flooded batteries. So there's fluid all the way around them to wick away heat. And I like that idea. So they've got a couple of things like that, and it goes wicked fast. So those kinds of things, they're great. And for somebody who wants to spend a lot of money on a vehicle, especially if they're old, and I'm telling you, this is a product for somebody who wants to make an entrance. I mean, they used to call them suicide doors, but I love opera doors. Like a really good idea. I like Aptera. I liked Faraday Future as well, and I liked what do you call them? Archimoto. So,
but we can't let Churchill go down. And Churchill's pushing right back. Faraday really seems to be trying to trace this one. PSAC. Let's see what's going on over here. Yeah, yep, there it is. There it is. Look at the push on PSAC. Okay. You know, it's honestly going to be a little easier if I just Google this really quick. PSAC Faraday valuation. Let's compare the valuation. $6 billion. Okay. Here we go. Barron's, such a great news source, by the way. Okay, so you know this was announced a while ago, a couple weeks ago. This has not gotten the same enthusiasm as Lucid has. The EV startup, let's see here. Faraday plans to compete with the likes of Rolls-Royce, Bentley, and Ferrari and Lamborghini. We've got the SPAC values. Faraday's stock at about $3.4 billion, but Faraday's market cap is up to about $6 billion based on the share price of roughly $17.80. Okay, so 3.4. I mean, this is relative. This is really cheap relative to CCIV, right? Faraday Future. Let's see what they have. Faraday Future. Let's take a peek at this. So I want to know, how close are we on this if I were to reserve this now? Let's do a little bit of DD together here. So priority reservation. Sure. Why not? $5,000. Come on. When am I going to get it? You're only going to, wow, a single splash page to sign up. Like there's no confirmation. It's literally like info, billing, complete. Smart way to do signups. Very transparent, simple. Let's see this here. Charging. Oh, I love the look of the artwork here. And I'm getting a little bit of a when this darn thing's coming out. So how do I apply for a position at Faraday in the Los Angeles headquarters? This is an FAQ on working here. Who is Faraday Future? Intelligent mobility ecosystem. So do they have their own autopilot or what? Faraday's vision is to create a shared intellectual mobility ecosystem. This means nothing. Stop BSing me and provide me some facts here. When will you produce a vehicle? You didn't answer the question. Okay. So far, not happy here. Let's see what the plans are here. Okay, wants to get to 21 billion. I don't care about 2025. I want to know when your first car is coming out. Investors have to decide about its assumptions, right? Maybe we could look at a slide deck on this one. I don't know. We got to go back to the chart, though. I think I'm going to have to do a little bit of a deeper dive separately on Faraday here. Sales of 4 billion 2023. When are you going to start? It will have 1050 horsepower. That's pretty similar to Lucid and the Model S Plaid. Base will start around $100,000. Futuristic version will be 200 to 300 grand. Oh my gosh. They say they have 14,000 reservations. Very, very high end. Okay. Will launch with level 3 autonomous driving system. That's interesting. That's actually very interesting because Lucid says they'll launch Model 3 or level 3 autonomous ready. So I'm going to do a deeper dive on this. This is interesting to me. We'll see. Let's go back to the sticks though. So 16, is that one? 1600, 1660, something like that. But yeah, Faraday failed in Nevada, scrapped its factory plans in 17. Ooh, let me know. Oh, tell me more about this. Put your entry lower, IMO. Yeah. Tesla below 7. What's going on in the market? That's cray. Oh my God. Oh, I'm gonna go bankrupt, folks. They're gonna shut my power off here. I'm gonna go bankrupt off Tesla alone. Holy crap. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Enphase selling off too. Oh my gosh. The world is ending. This is why trading on days like today is very dangerous. I said it many a time. Trading on a day like today is pretty left in the dark right now. Faraday Futures. So then we've got Planet. Well, the cannabis selling off, not a surprise. Really got to prove itself. Faraday at $13. My gosh, this is dirt cheap. Faraday was actually one of those I sold when I had a gain in it, and I sold it to concentrate down on Tesla and CCIV. So Bumble, and this was about 2 weeks ago. All the alerts are obviously there in the history. What if Sandy is the guy going Apple? You all need to talk to Faraday Futures. Here's the connection. You need to hit up Fisker. Here's the connection. Hey, let's get you in the Arcimoto as well in the future. Who knows? The Arcimoto, I don't think has much of sort of the technology in it right now, but who knows? Maybe in the future. You got Social Capital at $15. Oh my gosh. You got Faraday Solutions at $11.57. So you're paying a 10% premium, 10.5% premium. No, I'm sorry, 15% premium over the people who are buying at the pipe. The $10 or whatever. You've got Apple and Amazon holding up, right? But barely. I mean, they're going to about 49K. QuantumScape's falling on the open. Faraday Solutions falling on the open. We want to go green here. The market is not convinced. Pretty low volume on Fisker, so I don't think a lot of the.
Right, I mentioned I love the Lucid Air. I've always thought it was a beautiful car. That Faraday Futures car, it kind of looks like a ID4, a Volkswagen ID4, I think.
Yeah.
It's okay, but it's just not something that really stuck out to me. So I put both those cars in the category of show me something, and I'd happily change my tune, but until later in the year. But I think they'll do.
API also falling. Property Solutions SPAC, that is Faraday, falling down about 2%. We've got Matterport down about 1%. Take over with this sort of momentum that we're seeing here. We've got Faraday Solutions, red candlesticking, still up about 4% though. Further, we got the Property Solutions SPAC. This is Faraday Solutions, up about 5%. Unity up about 4.9% on the day. 1.4%. To that $20 a share. Property Solutions SPAC. This is Faraday Solutions. I always think it's funny, though, the acronym they have for the SPAC right now. They're at 2.9%. Let's see here. We've got.
And I think that's what you're going to see in the U.S. I think GM, Fisker, Faraday and others as they really dive into the deep end of the EV pool.
Dan, kind of related to that point, what is the most common bear retort that you're getting these days on Tesla? Is it that idea that all this competition is coming into the market? A couple of years ago, it might have just been a balance sheet type question. Is it that competition question now as people look out 5 or 10 years?
Yeah, and I think many of the bears continue to underestimate the green tidal wave and everything that Tesla's doing. I think many of these bears are the same that were probably negative on Tom Brady coming out.
Purple gave up its gains on the day. Faraday, keep an eye on Faraday. Faraday's doing some, and ignore this candle's, I think, a little extreme here on the minute chart. It's not that big of a deal. It's 1%. So I don't know why the candle looks so big. Which has been very nice for Faraday Solutions. I was even wondering if there was going to be a potential rotation into something like Faraday. And no. See if is there anything else I want to buy right now? Faraday Solutions, 1165, pretty cheap. Basically giving back all of its gains from yesterday. Yeah, let's see. Let's see if we get that Faraday Solutions rebounding today. Let's see if we get that rebound in some of the other Bitcoin stocks, or I should say crypto stocks, not just Bitcoin. Today, but it's already up 0.5% in the after hours. Qualcomm, Faraday Solutions. Faraday's pretty cheap, but haven't done a deep dive on Faraday. Oh, the entire EV sector is just on fire right now, like burning fire. So, all right. So then we've got Fisker 938, Arcimoto 9, Faraday Solutions coming back to 15. Yeah, the only IPO listed right now is this. Yeah. Clear Secure Inc. Okay, or Clear Source or whatever. Okay, got it. Oh, and I do want to look at Cardano 131. I do want to look here at not so much FRX. Now they throw in a sell target. Oh, come on. You just added to it. It's fine. I put it in. I'm gonna leave that in. It's a lot. That FRX wasn't a trade, and I said it wasn't a trade too. But everything's kind of. Is anything green? Yes. Okay. 5 stocks are green. Faraday Solutions is up 6%. Then you've got Nordic American Tankers, oil. Okay. What else is moving here right now? Canadian Solar is actually moving up. Let's see here. We've got Faraday Futures. Not much. This is just noise right now. Bunch of $2.38 right now. You've got Dogecoin at 24, just under 25 cents. Faraday Futures, the SPAC down right here with Support.com, Proterra, Matterport, 23andMe, Marathon Digital, Hive. Lots of the crypto companies, SPAC companies, or higher valuation companies rotating down.
Started buying at 42.75. Next, I've got Faraday. Now, this one's pretty interesting. Not a name that we see all the time. Back in the EV space, yesterday on the halftime, we had Lucid. That name was at 23. Now it got up and over 25 today. Those options have absolutely exploded to the upside, both the 25s, and I mentioned there were some extra buyers of the 28s. Those do expire fairly rapidly as well. So Faraday is the next one. These are Friday's expirations, September 24th. 2,200 of the 11 calls were purchased, 40 cents to 55 cents for those calls. There are names in the EV space, and the EV space continues to be very, very active, and we continue to see some of the options that are being bought in various names. Are they always right? Absolutely not. But it's been very, very consistently buying and seeing.
Not necessarily a SPAC, but also took a part of this crazy sort of risk-on rally. Faraday Futures here. About February, middle of February there. Big old explosion here in pricing. Workhorse, go back to Workhorse. When do you see it? You see the big run from November through February. You see it over and over and over again. It really. See other ops here. Faraday Futures 8888. That's a cool price. Hey, Etsy's back over 202. Nice. Not like everything's selling down into the close. Faraday Futures is even peaking. Just solely looking at spark lines to try to go a little faster here. United Wholesale down. That's what I would expect, is that real estate related stocks would actually go down on interest rate increases substantially. A little bit of insight into kind of some of the hot stocks retail is looking at right now. Faraday Futures, definitely a stock you're seeing a big move on here. And there's probably also a reason for this. It's probably high short interest, which we've been kind of tracking the short interest on these for a while. In fact, one of the favorites that we used to track was Go EV. Remember Canoe? Yeah, this company is one that issued a notice in their filings that they have a serious going concern, which is around 20%.
EV firm Faraday. This is a Los Angeles EV firm. Okay, it dropped after flagging need for funding. Now, Faraday Future Intelligent Electric shares fell more than 7% pre-market trade on Tuesday after the electric vehicle market flagged need for cash to launch its FF91 luxury model. Now, this is the model right here. Okay, doesn't look bad. I'm starting to feel like every EV car is going to have the same type of technology inside, very minimalistic, have a screen in the middle, all kind of starting to look the same, probably mimicking Tesla and stuff like that. But they're all kind of having that same type of model, but it doesn't look bad. Okay, does not look bad. The company is in talks to raise more than $200 million to fund production activities until year end and beyond. It said in a regulatory filing on Monday. Okay, now they go over more stuff. The EV startups that promise to. Now, next one is FFIE, Faraday Futures. Actually, let me take that off. FFIE. Okay, so FFIE, as you can see right there, is back in penny stock territory. Any stock below $5 is a penny stock. It tried to get above it. Look how fast this came down, right? I know a lot of people are trapped up here. This came too fast. Literally in 1, 2, 3, 4, about 6 days, this went down over 70%. So kind of crazy type of movements. I'm not going to lie. So we had two levels, exit level $3, buying level about $2.40. The only thing about today, it ran up, came down, hit that level almost perfect. So the low was like $2.40.
Let's see what else we have. We have Faraday Futures 20% today. Wow. Senate Democrats got a cannabis bill. So we see Aurora Cannabis moving 13%. Peloton risk trade 11%. AMC 10%. Wow. You're getting a little bit of a broader rally here. Let's see if anything's getting really hurt here. Rite Aid, Caterpillar. These were staples, folks, like staples and not much. So we also have Occidental Petroleum.
So just make sure you join the team so we can play that. So HKD. Next one is Faraday Futures. Haven't talked about this one in a while. FFIE. Now this one is shooting up like crazy. So FFIE, there you go. I did give you guys two levels that I was looking at. They pretty much hit. So buying level was right around $2.30. You see how it wicked down there? Boom, hit that. And now look where it's at, right at the exit target at about $3. That was the play I was showing you guys right there, right? That was the play. So next one, we're going to move this up a little bit. I will move it up a little bit. So it's down a little bit after hours, about 7 cents or so. I would say the first V. Okay, I saw this one in the comment section, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about this one. FFIE for Faraday Future Intelligent Electric. This one had a nice pump up. Now it also has earnings are far away, so we don't have to worry about earnings. They're in September. But so we had a nice run. We're starting to have that pullback in here, right? So our old level was at $2.50. Notice how my exit level at $3, well, resistance level at $3.20 actually hit here, right? So if we go down a little bit, look at that perfect hit of resistance level, and then we start getting that pullback. This is why, let's get the video over 100 likes, and this is why you don't miss a video. Resistance level hit pretty much perfect. So what we're going to do is I'm going to move this resistance level up. I want to move it weeks of down movement, okay? The first one is going to be FFIE Faraday Future. Look at this down movement that it had right here, and it's finally starting to get some up movement, so I do see some clear levels on that. We're also going to go over GOVX right here. Nice. I'm not going to say his name. I'm going to say Chan, the global CEO for Faraday Futures. Okay, that's why it's moving. That's why it's pushing up off of that news. That's the main news is why it's moving. Okay, so now that you know why it's moving, is that something that's going to actually push the stock to higher prices? Well, a penny stock. Is that going to actually push it to higher prices, or is it just going to be a one update and 1 day down? Okay, now looking at it now, it's already giving up some of the movement that it has had. If you look at the lower time frames, you can see nice push up, right? We don't want to be chasing that because now it's kind of pulling back. So now in this area, we will see if this is actually going to start pushing up to higher prices or to just a one-day up movement. As you guys know, the number one thing we're looking for now is support.
Or risk running out of cash too soon. For example, UK van maker Arrival and US group Faraday Future have both issued going concern warnings that they do not have enough cash to last another year after the